we've started this thing. It's called True Metamorphosis, and we are serving any community that has loved ones that are struggling to keep them sober, to be able to be around the clock with them sometimes, and that's what you do.
12-hour shift, a couple hours a week.
Hello, this is PEJ with PEJ Interventions. I'm super excited right now because I'm here today with my friend Lauren. Lauren and I are colleagues. So besides the fact that I'm an interventionist that helps people with drug addiction, with alcoholism, and with mental health, we've got this thing that we're doing now. We are providing recovery companion services, and we're going to break that down in a second because a lot of people don't know what a recovery companion is. It's a sober companion, a recovery companion, but there's certain reasons that we want to do this, because often when I do an intervention and somebody's struggling with addiction, with alcoholism, or with mental health, or with co-occurring disorders, down the line we want to be able to help that person obviously get into treatment, but along the way sometimes they need assistance, whether it's in treatment or when they get out of treatment. And when they get out of treatment, sometimes people can't really live their life sober. They've struggled before to stay sober. They've attempted to get sober many different times before, but they don't know how. So the reason I came together with Lauren, who we were just friends, we were friends in a certain sober community, something stood out about her to me, and I wanted to be able to learn more about her. And when I did, I realized that we both have a background in doing recovery companion work. I know that you worked with a particular center for a while. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
So
Hello.
Good to have you here today.
Thank you.
Do me a favor, I'm going to ask you some questions. Just break it down for me. So what's a recovery companion as you see it?
A recovery companion provides support in many different aspects. Someone that, gets in and is able to see the person as a whole, and be able to identify the needs, characteristics that might be an issue, and be able to come up with solution quickly for those issues.
And does that person themselves have to be in recovery? Is it usually better for that person to be in recovery to understand
Generally,
somebody?
yeah, or have a background in case management and different trainings like Narcan training in case the person overdoses, harm reduction care, trauma-informed care, cultural appropriation, LGBT comprehension. There's a lot of different aspects.
So you as a professional that does this, because I know more recently since we've started, by the way, we've started this thing, it's called True Metamorphosis, and we are serving any community that has loved ones that are struggling to keep them sober, to be able to be around the clock with them sometimes, and that's what you do sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes 12-hour shifts, sometimes a couple hours a week.
Sometimes a few days in a row, or even
sometimes multiple days in a row, yeah.
From personal experience, why is it needed to do this? Like based off of just even certain cases that we had more recently. Can you explain a little bit why it's necessary for some people to have a recovery companion?
I think, a lot of times the family is not around. The family is located elsewhere, and the client needs support in such a deep way, and is struggling so strongly that somebody needs to go in there and be able to identify the problems, see that person as who they truly are at their core, and be able to, I guess, ignite or cultivate a light back into them to be able to believe that it can work for them, right? To identify that they have an issue, maybe sometimes, and be able to get them from point A to point B, whether that be them struggling and getting them into treatment, or them getting out of treatment and needing support until they're able to live on their own in a way that is beneficial and they're successful.
So there's always a beginning, a middle ground, and an end in this whole relationship.
Yeah.
Now, as a person that's trained as yourself, you can read a room, correct?
Quite well, yes.
And you can meet people where they're at.
Yes, that's, yeah. Okay. I have this ability to be able to see things sometimes just in an environment or with a person's soul that other people kind of miss, or different things that would be able to help me build rapport with someone. And it helps me a lot, be able to get to the root of the person and meet them where they're at, and then we can grow together, you know?
And that's one of the reasons that when we came together, we wanted to provide good services, because I believe Lauren's a good person. Lauren knows that I'm a good person, and we want to be able to really, really show people recovery in a different way. We're both very, very involved in our own recovery, morning, noon, and night.
Yeah.
You know, we do it for fun and for free when we're working with our 12-step friends, but
Right.
when it comes to this type of work, we know that it can become strenuous,
Right.
it can become draining, and it takes a very special person to be able to try to not just meet people where they're at, but also get them enthused and motivated for recovery. So tell me, you know, what has been some of the struggles that you've had with certain types of people that you've worked with, and how have you overcome those struggles?
Sometimes people with coexisting disorders will be game on at the beginning, and then they kind of get to a certain place where they either I don't know if they like lose interest in it or don't believe in themselves as much. There's also people who will sometimes like lash out at you because you're the closest thing to them. But just for me, it's like not taking offense to it and just understanding, because I've been there, right? I've been there. I've been in that place where I'm like, just I hate everything, and I'm just like, you're the one that's wanting to help me, and I just don't even think I deserve the help at that time.
Right.
So I'm just gonna lash out at you. But like, you know, as we believe in like the healing of the person as a whole, mind, body, and spirit, like that's what we're trying to do, is like rebuild this person so they never have to do this ever again.
Absolutely.
Right?
So like even when they're combative, like you've got tough skin,
Yes,
you're very trained in this, you can again meet them where they're at.
totally.
But I'll say this, like I've watched it, and even from a distance, the stories that you tell me, I'm very impressed in the way that you're able to turn the person around and empower them and show them that they're really worth it.
Yeah, thanks.
And I love that. And so when it comes to when we provide services, if Lauren can't do it or I can't do it, we've got companions that we directly train under our own care and make sure that they carry the same vision,
Yeah.
that they carry the culture of what we do. At True Metamorphosis, we want to be able to help any type of person from any type of population, but if it's somebody that is way out of the scope of what practice that we can work with, we definitely like to refer them to somebody else that could actually handle it. But we like to think that we can handle most cases. There are many different people that are high caliber, people that are high functioning. There's people that there's a lot of expectations because they might be businessmen or people that are entertainers and things like that. So the services we provide, we will make sure that we'll go above and beyond for the client and letting them know or their loved ones know that we're going to do our very best to get them on the path of recovery, keep them on the path of recovery while we're working with them, and God willing, get them to a point where recovery becomes their everything down the line.
Yeah. That is the vision. Yeah,
that is the vision.
That's the goal.
So I appreciate you talking about this today.
Thank you.
This is one of my favorite companions, most definitely. She does superb work. She is extraordinary. She's exceptional in the style of being. There's been so many people that actually, the client themselves or their families, that has shown total satisfaction. If you ever need help with recovery companion work or you would like to reach out, you can call me at 310-596-9356, or you can call Lauren at
661-714-5277.
It's Lauren Meadows. My name is PEJ with PEJ Interventions, aka Pejman Alagamandan. A lot of name. I'm always at your service. I'll always make myself available to you. You can call or text us anytime. Thanks.